Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video, we're gonna be removing the leftover brown color I have back here. So you guys know I did do a color remover on this back portion and I dyed it copper, and I've washed it twice and the copper has faded so much. It's just like not sticking to my hair, and my hair is still pretty dark back there. So I would like to lighten it a couple more levels. I just want it to be like a brassy level 8, so that way I can have more fun with colors, because right now it is still too dark to really play around with a lot of different colors or have fun with it. It's like, you guys can see it is still copper, but it's faded quite a bit and it's starting just to fade back to a brown color. So today we're going to be removing some of the leftover black color I did earlier this year. Just as a reminder, I have not bleached the back part of my head since June. Okay, that's the last time I put any bleach on this back part of my head, was all the way back in June. This back part feels very healthy up here at the root. Like, all of this hasn't been touched by bleach since literally June. So it is feeling pretty healthy back here. I'm okay with a little bit of breakage on the ends. As you guys can see, I do have some breakage here. So I'm okay with like the rest of the hair breaking off. Like, it'll make it more even back there if all this breaks off. So I'm really okay with it. Obviously, I've dyed my hair jet black more than one time in my history of dyeing my hair, and I always get it out back to like a nice color. So I went back on my channel and I was like, last time I dyed my hair black with demi-permanent dye, what did I do to get it out of my hair? So I went back, I looked, and I used the L'Oreal Effisol color remover. I've used this so many times. I love this product. You can get it at Sally Beauty. So this is what we're gonna be using today, and I'm gonna be doing the exact same thing I did to my hair back in 2020, last time I dyed it black. With this specific color remover, there are many different ways you can mix it up. You can just mix it up with water. You can mix it up with 20 volume. I personally am doing the exact same thing I did in my last video, which is kind of like an in-between. So it shows a little chart for timing and mixing, and it says color to be removed: a light excess of permanent color, dark spots, or an excess of unwanted tones. You would mix up 1 pack of the color remover, and then you mix it with 2 ounces of water, and you process 5 to 20 minutes. If you're trying to remove light shades of permanent color from level 7 to 9, you're gonna mix this again with 2 ounces of water and process 10 to 20 minutes. So the processing time just goes up a little bit if it's permanent color. And then for medium and dark shades, like level 4 to 6, level 1 to 4, you're gonna mix a pack of this with 2.5 fluid ounces of 20 volume developer. And you're gonna process 20 to 30 minutes, 30 to 35 minutes, or 50 minutes to 1 hour. So this works so good at removing permanent color out of the hair. I have used this in the past to remove blue and green, and it also works amazing at removing blue and green. I will say it is a like bleach-based color remover, so it is gonna cause some sort of damage to your hair. So how I mix it up, I kind of go in between the 2 recommended like mixing and timing on there. So as you guys can see, my hair is like, I would say it's like a level 6 brownish copper, and I'm going for a level 8. So I just need a couple levels of lift. So I don't do 20 volume, but I also don't just use water, because water is not going to be strong enough to lift this out. 20 volume is a little bit too strong and it's going to lift too much out. So I just go in with some 10 volume developer, and then to dilute it, I go in with Manic Panic, and this is the clarifying shampoo. Any clarifying or dandruff shampoo, just to dilute it and make this more of like a color remover bleach bath. I want it to be as gentle as possible while lifting some of this out of my hair. So like I said, this is what I did a couple years ago. It worked amazing at giving me a brassy level 8 blonde. So that's what we're gonna do today. I do want copper hair. I still want copper hair, but I want it to be like a ginger carrot copper. I don't want it to be like a brown copper. I want somebody to look at me and be like, she's a redhead. She has red hair, it's ginger, it's copper, not like you have a brownish copper color. So that's the whole reason for doing this. We're gonna re-dye my hair in the future, but we have to remove some of this dark color out first, or else it's just gonna look brown. Like I said, I already have everything mixed up. I'm gonna section off my hair, then we'll start applying. Obviously, I don't need to apply it in the front 2 blonde pieces. We're gonna leave those out. I do still have some pieces in this blonde. You guys can see like right there and right there. We have a couple pieces that are brown from when I had sewn extensions. These pieces were sewn back here and they were dyed black on the end. So from like here down, it's like a dark brown. So I will section those 2 pieces off and apply this on there in foils, but the majority of the blonde is gonna be sectioned off and kept out of this mixture. Fingers crossed this works as well as it did last time. I did just put copper on my hair, so who knows how well it's gonna lift out of my hair, but we're gonna try today and see what happens. So let me get everything sectioned and we will start applying. All right, I have everything sectioned off. Let me spin around and give you a good before of what the back looks like so you guys can like see the difference, because it's kind of hard to tell with my black backdrop. So let me just do a little spin around. This is our starting point. Like I said, I do have breakage over here and I don't have it over here. So if all of this breaks off to this length right here, then it'll make the back of my hair even more even. You gotta look at the positives, you know what I mean? And as always, y'all might be screaming, yelling at your computer right now, oh, you said you weren't gonna remove it. You were gonna keep the black. You were gonna grow out your natural hair. Let me tell you something. You shouldn't care more about my hair than I do. Just keep that in mind. That's what I think. Whenever I care more about somebody else's life or trying to help them, I always tell myself, I can't care or help them more than they want to help themselves. It is my hair. These are my choices. And if you don't like it, you can leave. Okay, love you.
And if you don't like it, you could leave. Okay, love you.
I'm gonna go ahead and section off these front 2 pieces and find those little brown spots, put those in foils, and then I will be right back so we can talk while we apply the mixture to the back of my head. All right, we got this part sectioned off. Let's go ahead and apply this. I don't want to take forever. I also don't know how long I'm going to leave it on for, and I am going to start in the section where I don't have a lot of breakage or where I have the least amount of breakage. So let's talk about what is probably going to happen to my hair right now. Okay, so like I said, I have not bleached like my roots back here since June. That's the last time I bleached my roots. And then my roots grew out until the end of July. And then I put black on top of my roots. So basically, there is a little bit of banding going on in the back of my head back here where I had my natural grown out. I put black on top of that. And then I also had like platinum blonde on my ends that I just put black on top of. So what I think is going to happen, I think my roots are gonna be bright blonde. I'm gonna have a band of like a dark brassy color where I put the black on my virgin hair. And then I think my ends that were previously platinum blonde will most likely go back to the brassy level 8 that I'm hoping for. My ends were very light. They were as platinum as these front 2 pieces were when I applied everything. So I really do think that the ends of my hair are gonna go back to like a level 8, 9 blonde. But I've just basically gotten myself in a little bit of a pickle with the banding situation that's going on back here. And I would still like to grow out my natural color, but I just can't with how dark it is back there right now. I would like to grow out my natural in this back half and have fun with the parts that are already light. And right now everything is just so dark back here. I can't have any fun with the back of my hair. Not that I like need to explain myself to you guys, you know what I mean? It is kind of strange how some people care more about my hair and what I do to it than, you know, I care. I don't know. Like I said, keep that in mind. I can actually already see this lifting the color out of my hair. If you look over here, look at that. It's already like a lighter gingery color. I also forgot to tell you guys, in case you didn't know, I just recently dyed my hair copper. So I do have a fresh copper color on top of the leftover black I have on my hair. So that's gonna make it definitely more orangey than it would be if I was just trying to remove the leftover black I have in my hair. I really, really, really wanna make sure to saturate because it's already going to be very uneven back here. I am very aware it's going to be banded and patchy and probably not very even. So the last thing I want to do is contribute to that shit show by not saturating and creating even more patchiness and banding. Because this mixture is diluted and I only use 10 volume, I'm hoping that it's not going to lift my regrowth to like a platinum blonde, because I really don't want my virgin hair back there to lift to a platinum blonde. I want it to be brassy. Also, because I have different like lengths of hair. I have some breakage, and then I have some pieces that are longer. The pieces that are longer are gonna be more blonde than the pieces that are shorter. Most of that hair that's broken off is virgin hair, and it's very healthy. So there's not as much blonde on the ends of the breakage. Like say my hair strand is this long. This top part is all virgin hair that has not been bleached, whereas all of this bottom part has been previously blonde. So all the areas where I only have breakage like this, it's not gonna lift as much as my ends, which were previously blonde. So thankfully, like I said, the end goal is not blonde, it's copper. And copper covers up a multitude of not good situations because, you know, most of the time when bleaching your hair at home, the issues you're gonna have are brassiness, patchiness, like, you know, orange hair, uneven lifting, all that stuff. Copper is just gonna glaze all of that right up. Let me see if I can try and tell, look at that. It's already lifting really, really well. And just as I thought, let me show you this top part. This is literally exactly what I thought would happen. The top part up here that has never been bleached before is dark. And then we have my ends, which were previously blonde, and those are lifting. So we are having quite the banding situation going on here. Like I said, have not bleached back here since June, and you can clearly see exactly where that line of demarcation is where I have not bleached back here. I'm probably gonna leave this in 20 to 30 minutes. I'm just gonna keep massaging it into my hair, making sure that everything is really saturated to give it the best chance of removing some of that brown. So I'm just gonna let this sit at room temperature, 20 to 30 minutes. Wash it, and I will be right back to show you guys the finished result. We'll see if I have hair left or not. I mean, at least I know I'll have this much hair all over back there, which is better than nothing. So I'll see you in just a second. All right, you guys, I am back. Are you ready to see the finished results? Here it is. This is literally like perfect for what I wanted. And I did lose a little bit of hair. Okay, this is how much hair I lost, which is about how much I was expecting. I figured this side would break off to the breakage point on this side, and that happened up here at the crown, but I still have longer pieces down here, which is nice because now the back of my hair is a little bit more even. I don't just have this section that's broken off. Now this section is starting to break off to match the other section. So honestly, I consider this a win because now the back of my head looks more even and uniform. But look at this nice color, and also this breakage kind of adds to like the bob effect, right? Like I actually enjoy the breakage, I don't hate it. Here is this side. I mean, it did a great job at lifting. I only left it on there for 20 minutes. Now, exactly what I thought would happen, happened. We have banding going on, but I don't hate it, I'm not mad at it, and I'm definitely not gonna fix it. So let me just show you real quick the banding I'm talking about. It's kind of nice because it's not like banding all in one section. You guys see it's kind of like, you know, banding throughout, and then the bottom is really bright. So this kind of helps, like all of these lines kind of help to ombre it a little bit more. But let me show you the lines that are happening here. So all the way out to here, that is my virgin hair right here. So I am very, very thankful that my virgin hair did not lift to like the end color, like this orange color. I'm really glad my virgin color stayed about the same. Honestly, it didn't really lift at all, which is amazing because now I can continue to grow out my natural. So you can see my natural is grown out to here. And then right where my finger is, you guys see that dark line right there. There's a dark band that goes all along here. That is where I put the demi-permanent black on top of my virgin hair. So this part right here was not previously blonde. So it stained this part of my virgin hair. So that's that little dark band there. I'm not really sure what's going on here. I don't know if I just didn't saturate well enough because that band is not consistent all throughout my hair. So here you guys can see those bands a little bit more. We have my virgin that has a demi-permanent black, and then this area right here, which my hair was only bleached once, so it didn't like lift out as good as this down here. These parts have been bleached multiple times. These parts down here have been bleached several times. So whenever I do color removers, it takes out the color way easier because my hair is more damaged, so color falls out way easier. Hence, this end part right here being lighter and me having a little bit of a brassy area here. This area of my hair was only ever bleached once, so the color sticks a little bit more there than it does on my ends. So we do have a little bit of a banding situation going on, but you don't really notice it unless I pull my hair out. Let me spin around and show you what it looks like from the back so you guys can see. It doesn't look that messed up. Like, I swear I don't look like a calico cat from the back, especially once I glaze everything with like a bright copper orange. You're not even gonna be able to tell those lines very much. It's gonna like cover and glaze everything. I also did not use conditioner, psychopath, I know. I literally just washed everything out with clarifying shampoo and then blow dried it. My hair does feel like absolute shit, but that's okay. So here's what it looks like from the back. So as you can see, now I have breakage all throughout that middle section right there. See, and you can't really see that banding as much on this area, and once everything's like glazed really nicely, it's all gonna blend in. You really can't tell the banding. I am definitely happy with the results, and I'm ready to have a little bit of a brighter copper hair color, because whenever I had my sewn extensions, the extensions were a lot lighter than my natural hair, so there was a disconnect there. My hair looked more like a brown with a little reddish hint, and the extensions looked like an actual pretty copper color. So hopefully now they're a little bit more similar. If you are wanting to remove some color, definitely give this a try. I feel like it's a lot more gentle than other bleach-based color removers. Obviously, I did lose a lot of hair, but this is all my fault. It has nothing to do with this right here. It has everything to do with me previously lifting my hair 1,000 different times. I'll leave this linked in the description down below in case you guys want to give it a try. That is all for today's video. Thank you for coming along the journey with me of removing some more of this black color. Don't forget to check out my Instagram and Facebook. I post way more of my everyday life on there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.